When you know an Zoroark, but you can't prove it. Who has more TCG cards? Literally one of the most popular Pokémon of all time. Greninja has been featured on 21 different cards since it debuted in the Kalos starter set. The Sage-Jot Sably has been featured on 27 different cards since debuted in X Sandstorm. Pokémon fans when their lizard has 6 forms. That's too much, man. Digimon fans when their lizard has 100 forms. Metapod used Hearten, but it failed. Watching the low-key robophobic friend pick Pokémon Scarlet. They made me all about kicks, you know. My flashy and versatile kicks are my identity. Amateurs. What was that, punk? Amateurs. Thomas, I'm a bit concerned about this recent restricted format. William, we are in Cinnarol. Splendid. If you have a Pokémon with Soak, the Net Bowl becomes one of the best Pokeballs in the game as it works on basically everything. Until next time, friends. Porygon. Daniel. Cool Porygon. The cooler Daniel. He says this tunnel is full of timid Pokémon. Whisma. Sassy Nature. Met at level 7. Rust Earth Tunnel. So that was a ducking lie. Never ask a woman her age, a man, his salary, and gumshoes. Why is LL and Raticode absent from every game, since Ultra Sun or Moon? Acid burns your scene. Yup. It produces heat when in contact with water. Yup, acid burns are identical to burns from fire. That makes sense to me. So, acid-themed moves should be fire type. No, it's poison type. My Gen 5 Elite 4 experience. You can't catch me, guy thoughts. My immediate reaction to seeing the new Mega. What the hell is this? The latest reveal in a nutshell. Is that a giant feather, or are you just happy to see me? She will never do a cuteness overload moment. Please Pokémon Company, make more whimsy and goofy megas, because it would be so ducking funny. Bad Kanto pandering. Same 10 Pokémon getting special treatment, and showing up on every bit of merchandise. Tiring, low-key obnoxious. Perfectly acceptable Kanto pandering. Kanto Pokémon that weren't part of that club of 10 popular Pokémon, and have been collecting dust because of it. Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. They are the same picture. Pokémon fans when they see any other yellow shiny. Pokémon fans when they see shiny Lucario. A wild Entei appeared. Swine up Ice Beam. Though Entei is frozen solid, Entei fled. Scarlet and Violet are worse than Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Evolved the series backwards. Way too faithful to the original. Clunky Pokémon menu. Removal of con improvements from Platinum. Shoddy contests. Disappointing remakes. People asking to bring Ash Greninja back. Game Freak. No. I don't know why everyone hates Miltank instead of Whitney, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. Game Freak. Hey bro, can I copy your homework? Konami. Yeah, just change it up a bit, so it doesn't look obvious. Game Freak. Alright, gentlemen. We need an idea for a brand new Pokémon. Kitty. Skitty. Finds Sandshrew in a jail. Ends up in prison getting bail. When you don't want to, but your phone shows that there's a Pikachu in there. If you went to a different country while playing Pokémon Go, would there be Pokémon from different generations? Now I will capture all the Pokémon and then I will delete them. Pokémon Go. Forever liberating LTs around the world from looking like lost, wandering Age-Jots. When I somehow manage to take down Cynthia's Garchomp first try with nothing but yawn and my own Garchomp. Wait, what? Are you going to sleep? Yes I am. Now shut up. Why has Caitlyn physically aged in since Platinum in Gen 5 but Faulkner, Budsy, Whitney, Jasmine, and Janine haven't? Friend, I can't wait to go to Florida this summer. Florida in the summer. Pokémon. Drought and flood fused. A Florida man attempting to steal $30,000 worth of Pokémon cards was stopped by 2 mixed martial arts coaches using Jiu-Jitsu. When you lose your mind because top players don't talk about the Pokémon Company International consistently. Prepare for trouble, and make it supersized with a Diet Coke. The quality of the sun and moon in Stormont went down the drainer, Maybe we need an installment with more sword fighting than Pokémon fighting, and a trainer with sword-wielding Greninja and Lucario. When I'm sad, I eat all your Pokémon food. Game Freak fans, I finally found it, after 15 years. Game Freak, the scroll of truth. Fans letter, Mega Evolution is better than Z moves. Game Freak, niet. I have my tongue out, people call me gross. You use your tongue as a scarf, you're cool? That doesn't seem fair. A girlfriend, she loves you. Every Pokémon game in existence for free, it's Pokémon. Igmotin, man, if you had a god that would like mine, you'd have done it too. The dislike is, because Quaxley is weird to me, and fine Levo bipedal, you wanted a duck, to stand on 4 legs. I'll never forget, that we went to tell Misty in the middle of her date, to get her ace back in her gym. How tough am I? I beat Mewtwo in Pokémon Stadium on Nintendo 64, yeah, so what? I used Electrode using Thunder Wave to paralyze him, then used Flash to decrease his accuracy ability, which that can make chance to beat him, then finish him using one-hit KO attack with other Pokémons, right this way. I was in a process of writing a Pokémon fan fiction last night, however, the laptop crashed, making me to start over. This is how my shipping started, way before the current timeline. This is Ash and Serena at 16 on a real date, which Arma shippers like me wanted in the future in the anime. Revive some dude's girlfriend, Zernice. Revive some goons who work for an evil organization, Zernice. Me petting my Sprigatito before our save file gets corrupted, it's our final moments together. The only Generation 1 Pokémon still thriving over 2 decades later. Was created to be the most powerful Psychic-type Pokémon, isn't even a Psychic type. Go Piplup, use Bubble, do you really expect this would hurt me somehow? It's a critical hit. Venusaur fainted. Return to the Ultra Wormhole, go to the Reverse World. Go to Ultra Megalopolis. Quit, would you like to leap into the warp hole? I'm the only starter to be a water-fire type. When someone has better Pokémon than you. Shiny hunters in a nutshell. Lusamine, if you're not beautiful enough to be worthy of my love, then I don't need you. We need a new Pokémon game for fans. Make a red and blue clone. Add a Pokédex. Update Pokémon Go. I'll let my kids get Pokémon Go. And like that, my iPhone was gone. Some ghost Pokémon built a sand castle, all using Click. Pokémon Go, isn't that like when Pikachu has to peep, pee, cap, chew? The amount of people that still think that Pokémon is evil is too damn high. On Halloween, this was going to be what my costume looked like. When I wore it, I looked like this. Daddy, are Pokémon real? No, son. Unfortunately, sadness intensifies. They said what was the Master Ball for? I said Mewtwo. Oh, I used it on my little Pidgey. Fennekin points at Socrates, with a gun. They ask me, why I killed them. I said, why not? My name is Inigo Septile, you are a water type, prepare to die, oh crud. When someone has an EV, they say EV is too cute to be strong. Looker, on first glance, looks like he is a serious detective with a lot of baggage and regrets, and at the same time, he also looks like he has a lot of terrible dad jokes. Looker is an example of 10 over 10 character design. Me and others making a post excited to talk about the new info given to us by the trailers. Everyone only wants to talk about Mega Evolution. The Pokémon version of loading your gun, Hydroblast to learn Bullet Seed. Tobias, Mundi, being the worst characters in all of Pokémon. Bulk Rayquaza with the 6 heroes doing an official plush line. I think I forgot something. Gouging Fire. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Bulk Rayquaza. Yeah, you're right. Bolivar. The Dark Curse. Regina performed the Dark Curse and your opponent's Pokémon doesn't know who you are, or who or what it is. Poison Apple Tart. Opponent's Pokémon ate the Poison Apple Tart, and is now asleep. Henry paralyzes your opponent's Pokémon with his charm and cuteness. You are very smart, Ash. It is now that you regret. If Professor Oak spent his entire life studying Pokémon, why is it empty when he gives it to you? Pokémon Sun and Moon is announced, and everyone loses their minds. But it's got 7+2 languages, and no one bats an eye. Look, there are a lot of Pokémon games out there. But what's that shadowy place over there? That's where all the terrible Pokémon remakes are. Lusamine, all that I want is my precious beast. I don't care about any of the rest of you. Look lady, I know you haven't got laid in a while, but chill. I have a sausage. I have a donut. Ridiculous. Anybody else past that you have to catch every frickin' Pidgey to see if it's a Ditto in Pokemon Go? Either the writers get paid too much, or these plasma grunts are the best trainers in the universe for getting their Pokemon to attack together instead of each other.